With you, keeping your computer, smartphones, and tablets clean and junk-free now is the best time to get started. January is National Clean Up Your Computer Month. Got a tech expert here in the house to help that tech run a little bit faster. You know this, guys. This is Burton Kelso here. He's been on the show before, man. Thanks for being back here.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It's been a minute since you've been here, so I can probably tell you that I haven't worked at cleaning up my device since you've been here last. So let's talk about why it's so important to make sure our devices are not only clean,
right,
but also clean as well, right?
Right, exactly. So peace of mind is the first thing that you want to consider when it comes to cleaning up your devices. I mean, if you've got a ton of apps on your smartphone, you've got a bunch of email that you have to go through, it's good to get into the habit of just cleaning up that junk so that you can have better peace of mind and find your stuff a lot easier.
How's the best way to tell your mom that 17,000 pictures of her grandkids is too many for her iPhone?
Well, I'm kind of going to side with your mom on that one. Why would you get rid of those precious memories? But on the flip side of that, it is a good idea to go through and look for any duplicates and make sure that you clean those out.
And maybe back them up somewhere, right?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's
Okay.
very important. You'd hate to lose that information.
Well, how do we get started with doing that type of cleanup then?
Well, as far as backing up your stuff, that's the first thing that you need to do to any device before you start deleting files.
Okay.
So the best way to do it, if you've got a phone, is to either use iCloud from Apple or to use Google Drive from Google. And if you've got a computer, Carbonite or any online backup system will work to make sure that stuff is backed up.
Does that in-cloud storage work better, in your opinion, than like maybe an external hard drive that you would plug in? Is that just, I mean, because it's easier accessible, right?
Well, if you use an external hard drive, when are you going to plug it in? Probably never. So to have an automatic cloud backup system is the best way to go to make sure it's always backing up.
Okay, how do I get my mom to use the Google Drive or Apple iPhone thing?
You just have to sneak on her computer
and do it for her. All
That's right.
Well, speaking of cleaning up our computers, does Clean Up Your Computer Month include maybe getting rid of some of that old tech we don't use anymore? Maybe we have those external hard drives that we maybe should put at the cloud, put in the Google Drive or something, or should we get rid of some extra hardware that we just have laying around the house?
It's better to get rid of that stuff.
Really?
It's not coming back in style.
Yeah.
That old Atari 2600 you got sitting in the basement?
Yeah.
It ain't coming back.
But I play River Raid on it, man. That's the greatest game ever in the Atari.
Well, if it ain't working, you guys got to set it to the curb or send it to a
Okay.
recycling center. Same with any other junk you've got laying around the house. Just get rid of it.
Just get rid of it because we're not going to use it again. All
Right, exactly.
Get that stuff transferred over to the current iteration of that file or whatever you can do so we can store it digitally.
That's correct. Yeah, that's the best way to go, Bill.
And then what's the correct way to physically clean our devices? We've talked about scrubbing all of the old stuff out, but let's talk about keeping it clean.
Right, exactly. So we're in the midst of cold and flu season, so it's a good idea to clean up your dirty smartphone because we all know they have more germs than a public restroom. So the best thing to do is to get some isopropyl alcohol and a little mixture of water, and you can spray it on your device, which I'm going to do real quick.
All right.
Once you spray it, use a microfiber cloth, and wipe it down. That way you can make sure it's clean and get rid of the germs.
Okay.
The one thing you don't want to use are Windex wipes.
Oh, yeah.
Things like these can ruin your smart devices and your computer, so you want to avoid these.
Is that because those can build up static and that can then give issues for our computer electronics, or what is that?
It's because of the corrosive nature that's built into a lot of the electronic wipes like that. Bleaches and other chemicals you don't want to have on your computers or your smart devices.
So like a 50-50 mix of isopropyl alcohol and water and then microfiber cloth.
That's right.
That gets it clean.
That gets it clean and disinfected.
And disinfected.
That's right.
Well, that's Burton Kelso. You know him. We're going to have him back on the show with lots of great tips. We appreciate you being here this morning and sharing all those tips with our friends and on the TVs.
All right.